Okay. Rob, thanks for talking to us today about your Delta system. First of all, could you tell me what you have here on your property, just outside of York?
I've got a 12 kilowatt Delta system that has two batteries. Originally started off with one, but purchased another battery to give you 12 kilowatts of power, which is, in real terms, is 10 kilowatts of usable power.
Yep.
There's also the inverter, the touch screen, which you can see what goes on with the different things within the system.
Yep.
And have a look and scroll through it and see what how your energy's going. If you want to put that on.
So it's quite easy to use to monitor.
Very, very user friendly.
Yep.
And even talking to the Delta team side of it, with Shane and Steve, they've been very helpful.
Yeah.
The system, as far as the inverter goes, you can get into that quite easily. I had to make a few phone calls to find out a little bit more about it and do a bit of research.
Yeah.
But they were very helpful in coming and installing the system.
Yeah.
It has 22 panels on it for the solar side of it.
Right.
I would like to put another 4 panels on it, which would give you 26, would actually give you quicker charging of your batteries virtually.
Okay. This system enables you to live entirely off the electricity grid, doesn't it?
Yeah, completely off grid. So within that, you know, being out as far as you are, isolated away from different power areas, it's 5 power poles to get to this property. At what expense? So if we go back to 2008, 19 years ago, the expense for a person, for a power company to come in and put the power on was $69,000. Right. In around 2014, 15, to put the power on was $89,000. November of last year, when this system was fitted in the December, the price to put the 5 poles in, $122,000. Hence, as in power companies tell you, other companies you'll benefit from when they put the power on, because other people hook in and you'll get $12,000 back here, $12,000 back there. But if you look around the Mawson area, 30%, 25-30% or more are standalone solar. Within saying that, the Delta system came in at around the $20,000 mark, which, when we go back to the 2008 and 2015, solar systems were then sitting around the $65,000, $70,000. Right. So they've dropped considerably in price, whereas the power companies' supply on grid, if you want, have gone up considerably. Bearing in mind that with this system also, you can have the actual panels on your roof of a normal house. You can hook in the battery system to the house system. It will charge the battery up and use it and the solar panels during the day. And then you can rely on the battery of a night time for around probably 70% of your power. No, so it stores it really well for you. Was that the reason why you chose this system? Look, I suppose let's go to the front end of it, really. The price was great. The installation was, people were very helpful that I bought it from the company I bought it off. And that was one of Delta's solar companies as far as that they sell through, one of their distributors, if you want. It is very helpful for me having the one battery, and the one battery did it for a while, which is 6 kilowatts, 5 kilowatts again of real power. But within that, and talking about the second battery in place for a standalone solar, is that you can see as overcast a day, and I'll run you through the different things afterwards where you'll see the batteries are still at 100%. Yeah. They've got fridges running off them. Yeah. They've got a motorhome running off them. Wow. They've got the lights are normally on 24 hours. Okay. And you've got power tools. And you've got power tools. Yep. You've got the kettle, which, I mean, we look at gas if you were going to be here long term, but it does all it needs to do. Yeah, very good system.
But eventually you will be here long term.
Eventually it will be.
At the moment, you say this is your sort of part-time, you come here on your days off and you do the work, but you're getting it ready to live here full-time.
And I will build a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom shed house.
Yep.
And this system here will run that, again, LED lights.
What are you going to build here? 4x2?
4x2, yeah.
Yep.
So a 4x2 shed house.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this system will support that?
This system will support that.
Yeah.
So virtually, and what we've got in here is the actual system runs from the batteries. It feeds the pumps, it feeds here, and it feeds out into the yard there, where the actual pole is to be, or the power is to be hooked up to the dwelling.
Yeah. So tell me, what part does the generator play? You've got a generator out there.
There's a 15 kVA generator. You can have a 12, you can have a 10, but anyway, that generator there, I can use it, and this is, I don't say a downside of the solar, but it is a side of the solar that is, when you're using welders, heavy pulling big loads, you need to have a generator there. So what I do is I kick over the generator and I change across at a solar generator switch over at the end there, a changeover switch, and I can go and start the generator up, run the whole place, and then I can use, if you want a welder, you made your big power user straight off there, because even though the batteries are lithium-ion batteries, they don't like big loads pulled off them with a generator.
What happens to them when they're pulled?
They'll decrease quite somewhat in power very quickly.
Rapidly, yeah.
And they will end up, even though they're set at 20% to cut out, drawing it off them over a long period of time will, if you want, wreck the battery or kill the battery, for the want of a better word.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Is it the storage that's the unique thing about this system? Is it the amount of storage?
The amount of storage is a great thing.
Yeah.
As I say to you, one battery is not enough. 2 in parallel is ideal, and it charges up very quickly. The thing that we have here is, of a day like today, and I can't see the inverter from here and have a look at it, but a day like today, you can have a look at the inverter and see what's going on. You can have a look at your touchscreen and see what's going on power-wise. Within the overcast side of it now, it's been overcast here for some last 10 days. Yet the refrigerator and the different things that, and the lights and everything they're working off there, come out here at 10 o'clock in the morning, and I've been out here at 4 or 5 in the morning, and those 2 batteries are virtually down to about 84%,
right.
Which is, you've got a lot more power, a lot more to pull off. If you want to look at it,
because it's been able to store.
It has the store side, and you're exactly right in what you're saying. Is the storage side of it is, one battery's reasonably good, 2 batteries are 120%, as in for the power side of it, for a standalone system. And look, Delta will tell you no different. And within that storage side of it, though, is, again, the overcast side of it, is it's overcast, still 100% in there now, and you can monitor that anytime you want. You can. The other thing you can do with it, and I have done it here, I run a watts, if you want, spreadsheet. So I can see, turn everything off, run the TV, pulls 84 watts, run the fridge, pulls 115 watts, runs 2 lights, pulls 90 watts, change that to LED lights, which one of them is, and they'll pull 7 watts a light.
Right.
So within the system is great. LED is the best thing to be light-wise. You know, you to have that and to have solar hot water, and you can use these as a backup. But they're very good storage units, and they're very, I've found, and it's only been some 3 weeks since I put that other battery in, but I've found for under $20,000, the system works well. In talking about the generator side of it, and I've had a talk to Delta themselves, you can force the batteries to charge from the generator. bearing in mind that it's a thing that you can do, you just need to be shown how to do it, and I will get that from Steve and the rest. The other side of it is that the batteries are very good storage, as we've said, but they also, you know, if you can recharge them from the actual generator, it's very handy to do.
Tell me, why is it important for you to live off the grid?
Power bills.
Okay.
Considering that, again, and as we talked about earlier, the cost-wise of it is who doesn't want to live off grid? The power bill side of it is non-existent. The water bill side of it is non-existent.
Because you're using rainwater.
Yeah. And so you've got, you know, there's the garden side of it, so your fruit and vegetables and fruit trees is another side of it.
Do you have some of those? Do you crop?
Oh, they're out over there, yeah. They're growing, but they'll get there.
Tell me, in terms of, you said that you can have the information on a spreadsheet. Does that download from your system to your computer? How does that work?
Very good question. Righto. So on the iPad or the touchpad itself, there are 2 USB ports there, and those USB ports download onto, obviously into the USB, and you can take that and you can actually read that on your computer, so it'll come up as a spreadsheet. So should I take one download today, it'll show me for the last 6 or 7 months of what's gone on.
Yeah.
And I can get the life of the system if I want. If I were to download it today, obviously, and leave it for another 2 weeks, when it downloads everything. So you can actually see, obviously, of a night time while the sun's not out, it doesn't show that power that's used. But you can get into the Excel sheet and you can actually put in a system where you can pick that up. The other side of it is that, you know, you can see how many watts it's made in its life. You can see and have a look in the touchpad, in the inverter side, you can have a look when it was installed. You can go back, should it be around about, you know, it's got 20 years of use there as far as the pad goes.
Great, excellent. Is there anything else that you want to add that you think that we haven't covered that you'd like to cover? Oh,
look, I think that, again, the Delta people have been very helpful. Being that this is, and so I'm told, it's one of the first solar systems, standalone solars of Deltas in WA. So they've been very helpful. They've come across, they've installed it with the assistance of a WA electrician. But they've installed it, they've done everything. When I've phoned them, they've always given me the answers. When I've contacted them, they're very good at getting back to you on answer side of it, or answer question time. It's very good that way.
So how does it feel to be a bit of a pioneer?
Oh, look, it's a good thing. Yeah. There's a lot of other systems out there that are not as good as Delta as far as you buy a system and add to it, and you have a lot of... and I suppose the other reason I bought it is you have a lot of different battery banks. So you can have several battery banks, which I know other people in the area have got, whereas this has 2 clear batteries, plug them in, and away you go.
So it's really easy.
It's easy and simple and compatible.
Yeah.
And in comparison to those, you don't have to have a shed to store it in. As you can see, the system here, they're the batteries. They sit there.
Really unobtrusive. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, the other thing that they are is that they're very robust, if you want to put it. I'm told that you could drop it from a 3 to 4 storey building and the battery, A, won't explode or anything, but B, won't bust up or anything else or damage. You can actually use it if it's been dropped. And the weight of the batteries is around 95 kilos per battery. So it is a very stable unit. And although it has the signage on it, which is what we've got to have by law, showing that they're flammable and everything else, within that, and not to quote me on this, but from what I understand, it's in 6mm or thereabouts steel encased. So, you know. And the other thing, the batteries, you know, and I'd have to check this with Delta, but I'm on the understanding that you get 25 years on your solar panels. You get 15 years on your inverter and around about 10 to 15 years on your battery.
Great.
So, you know, if you had to change the battery out in 15 years, say, but they're also guaranteed for that time to be replaced. So should something go wrong.
Fantastic. All righty, thanks so much for the chat. Good
Very
to find out about it. Thanks.